This is Sir Francis Bacon. Bacon was born on January 22nd, 1561 in London, England. During his young adulthood, he tried to share his scientific ideas with his uncle and Queen Elizabeth, but they didn't really care for what he had to say. In 1603, Queen Elizabeth died and King James I came along, and Bacon was knighted, making him Sir Francis Bacon. In 1607, he was Solicitor General, then Attorney in 1612. 1618, he was Lord Chancellor. In 1620, he published Book 1 of Novum Organum, where he established himself as a reputable philosopher of science. 1621, he became the first Viscount of St. Albans, a very high position in government, but then he fell. Bacon got accused of accepting bribes. He was tried and found guilty for the crime. He got fined £40,000 and was impeached for corruption. He was sentenced to the Tower of London, but fortunately for him, his sentence was reduced and fine lifted by the king. After 4 days in prison, he was released. Bacon stayed in St. Albans. He had a passion for the philosophy of science, which he could now focus on now that he was out of prison, and wanted to create a new method that focused on empirical methods, or methods with tangible proof. He discovered the scientific method and was named the father of the scientific method. The scientific method is a formula where you gather data, analyze it, then perform experiments in an organized way. He believed that when doing this, science could become a tool for the betterment of humankind. March 1626, Bacon was performing experiments with ice in London. It was getting too cold, so he stayed in Lord Arundel's house. Bacon developed bronchitis, and on April 9th, 1626, he died from pneumonia. Francis Bacon played a key role in the transition in Europe from the Renaissance to the early modern era. He was a very important scientific philosopher, and even though he lost his position in government, we now have an organized way to discover new things to help humans and other living things on our planet. Francis Bacon is and was a very important innovator in the Renaissance.